everyone. How much grace did you give yourself today? Hi, it's Missy from MB Energy Works. That question came across my heart first thing this morning. How much grace will I give myself today? And as I started processing that, I really think it came out of part of the time I spent yesterday with my medicine wheel deck of cards. And it's a meditation deck, it's a journey deck. There's 40 points on this chart of representation, and it has to do with so many things: moon cycles, directions, seasons, entities as far as the moon, the sun, the earth, different tribes within the earth. I love this deck because it's a deep dive. It takes you into a really thoughtful place. One of the last medicine cards I pulled was right here. It's a budding tree moon, a moon cycle. About expectations with the process and the goals. Enjoying the process, enjoying the goals, and not only fixing your mind on the end. And in that, this morning, this is what came of it. I'm giggling because when I question spirit, I kind of laugh at myself. But spirit was saying, ask everyone how much grace they gave themselves today. How much grace did they give if they had a bad moment or they're in a growth moment? And specifically to masculine. And then immediately I started seeing a woman in childbirth. And it was funny because it wasn't a hospital setting. It was a natural setting that you would see with a midwife. And of course I'm like, okay, spirit, well, how are men? And spirit said, I didn't say men, I said masculine. So again, me, of course, minimized it to a cerebral place instead of just following spirit. We all have that divine masculine and feminine, right? And finding that balance. And I've shared before in my journeys upward, I always meet I call them my energy parents, but they are my divine masculine and feminine. But my heart kept centering toward more of a masculine pull, the part of you that tends to stay very hard and very clouded in a feeling that you can't break down. And I know as I say this, it's going to start to speak to someone, because I know I'm talking to, on a gender side, male and female, right? So we all have times when we tend to be out of balance and the masculine will come out more or the feminine will come out more, and we have to stay balanced. So just like birth, the process of birth, we have to go through those moments when the pain is the worst, right? Those growth moments, the moments of the process. But if we were in a delivery room, if you've gone through that with a loved one, a partner, yourself, there's a lot of grace there. For how you look, for how you feel, everybody's supportive. Well, it's the same thing spiritually. When you're going through a process, male or female, masculine or feminine, to find the balance, you have to be in that moment and go through the process. There's no way to get around it. So how many of you right now that feel very locked into that masculine? Well, I could never do that. I could never. I'm never gonna do that. I would never want to sit there and just cry through that feeling. Like, it's attached to my childhood and it's better left there. But yet you have that pull, you have that call. And this goes back to a former video I did with the invitation to heal. This is another call to heal, directed toward those who might be locked up too much on the masculine side. You want to keep that very masculine energy forward, but it prohibits you from perhaps some healing. I've been there. Raising my kids. Sometimes you have to be mom and dad, and you have to take care of all of the business and all of the tough things and all of the big decisions. And when something breaks, there's no one else to defer to. And then realizing, okay, I am a person who wants to cry. I do want to cry. Instead of having that verbiage, well, I'm not going to cry. Well, don't cry. Well, suck it up. Don't cry, right? You can't heal if you don't have the grace for yourself to go through the process, whatever that means. Sitting through the labor pains until it fades and the next one comes, and only because you know that in the end there's something beautiful coming. So I really like this spirit wheel, this deck I have. It's a beautiful deck. So if there's a card that you would like pulled, a one question card. Now this is completely connected to a meditative place that you want to be, in your spirit, with your guides. One of the spreads you can have with this deck is a spiral. We've talked about the spiral, the continuing moment and movement. And so if there's a question, put it in the comments, pose it, but really seek spirit. And it has to do with grace to yourself and growth on your path. And I'll have some time where I'll sit and ask spirit, what might that answer be? And remember, this is for healing and growth. This isn't for entertainment. So don't throw at me entertainment questions, because I won't read on those. So I hope this helped you. If you found this, consider tomorrow as you go through your day how much grace you're giving yourself for growth, and how much grace you give yourself to be able to feel what you need to feel. Have a good evening.